advisors from the start. And you can see Antoine
It'll be in
Griezmann.
English, Antoine. It'll be in English under pressure.
I love Derrick Rose.
That's a very valid point.
The entire world has been touched by a rose. Welcome on in as we discuss the biggest stories of the day and set the table for the night in the NBA. I'm Jared Greenberg. Is D. Rose the Wolves starting point guard moving forward? We'll ponder that a bit later on. We got a Boston Freak show. Giannis brings the Bucks to Boston unbeaten and looking to prove something. Kyrie's got a fresh cut, and who isn't feeling good after a fresh cut? They got 3 straight wins. And that's where we begin. 10 before tip number 1. It's what's happening right now.
I feel like we're playing great basketball right now, but at the end of the year and when it matters the most, I think we're going to be 10 times better than what we are right now. So it's going to be scary to see how good we're going to be at the end.
Halloween was last night, but Giannis Antetokounmpo saying June may be scary time for the Bucks in a good way. Chris Haynes got the flower. Look at you, Mr. NBA style.
This is all for you, Jay.
I appreciate that. Bringing the A game. Chris Haynes joins us each and every Thursday. Of course, you can read his work on Yahoo Sports. So, 7-0, some impressive wins, really good offense, really good defense. But is it too soon to consider the Bucks a legit contender in the Eastern Conference?
No, I don't think it's too soon. I mean, particularly when you look at that LeBron James is out of the Eastern Conference. The East was up for grabs, and there's about 4 teams from the start of the season. We talked about Boston Celtics, Philadelphia 76ers, the Milwaukee Bucks are one of those squads, and Toronto Raptors. So I think with the addition of Mike Budenholzer as the head coach there, imprinting and implementing his hallmark of efficient ball movement offense and heady defense, I think we're seeing, just what he's able to put out there on the court. And those players, they're buying in, and they're playing some of their best ball. And I know it's early, but I definitely do think they're legit, especially in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, and while Giannis is no question going to be an MVP candidate, but I think people will get a good look on TNT tonight at 8 Eastern who may not have seen the Bucks a lot. It's not just Giannis. There's a complete squad around him now that is playing that but Mike Budenholzer type of system here. Let's shift over to the Celtics here, Chris. Kyrie, how much are you buying that his barber is the real MVP?
Well, he definitely looks much more clean shaven. I'll give him that, man. I think he'll have a better time with the ladies now, looking clean shaven. But look, man, Kyrie Irving is a stud. He's a stud whether he has hair or not. But you know, when you step out the barbershop and get that clean cut, you just feel like it's a whole new, brand new day. You just feel like a new person. And, sometimes it translates on the court. But now we have to see if this new haircut could translate for an extended time. So that's what I'm looking forward to. But, I just look for more of Kyrie to just be himself and get his feet together with him and get back to the all-star form that we all know that he can become. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
All right. I know the feeling. Feel that every day with the hair. You know what I mean, Chris? It's
I definitely do.
Yeah, look at you with a little streak up there. I didn't see that. That was hidden. Nice. Hey, Jaylen Brown is going to be out tonight. We're still awaiting official word on what Brad Stevens will do with the lineup. But isn't this kind of what we've been talking about? Oh, we got balls being thrown at us here by the one Shaquille O'Neal. You want to be joined by Shaq here? There he is.
Stop that, Shaq.
He's just throwing balls here. Random tossing the ball. Shaq, who's Boston going to start tonight? You're not wearing a microphone. That doesn't really work.
That's the diesel.
That is. This is why Boston has gotten to be so deep. Is this a good type of challenge for them tonight without a guy like Brown?
No, it is. And, I mean, you could just implement, Marcus Smart, Marcus Morris, into that role, and they wouldn't lose ground. They have depth, and that's why I still consider them to be the favorites to come out of the East, even though I know Toronto is playing unbelievable basketball. But, what Brad Stevens has those guys doing, man, it's just a system. It runs flawlessly. I don't expect there to be any hiccups right now. And for Jaylen Brown, this is more of a precautionary tale as far as holding him out from what I was told. But, nothing long-term, but they'll be fine in the short term.
As opposed to us, who were getting basketballs thrown at our head by Shaq randomly in the studio. He'll be joining us, by the way, on Game Time coming up top of the hour. Shaq and Kenny Smith will be with me. 10 before tip, on to number 2. Shaq, this one for you. It's what's buzzing around the NBA.
I'm doing anything just to win, man. I play my heart out. My teammates told me before the game, just play my game. And tonight was a hell of a night.
I said to the radio, I was just happy to be able to be the one who's screening him. So I was able to pop and get a good view of the show. So get to sit at the top of the key and watch him go to work, watch D Rose be D Rose.
You talk about a guy who's I think he's the youngest MVP to ever play in this game, and to have the battles with his injuries, to be able to come back, for him to set a career high tonight in a win in Minnesota, I think that's unbelievable.
Derrick Rose buzzing last night, buzzing today. Will he take over the starting job for Jeff Teague, who was injured last night? Make you wonder, that black cloud lift over this organization with all the Jimmy Butler drama. We'll talk more about Rose. How about Steph Curry? It's incredible what he does each and every night. Last night, 7 more threes, and it's like we're not even talking about it. The Warriors are rolling. Are they even better than they ever have been during this run that they're putting together? The runs come against J.R. Smith and the Cavs. He's picked up a championship, but now he's been told he's out of the rotation. So now J.R. wants out of Cleveland.
Are you hoping for a trade?
Yeah. Honestly.
Have you expressed that to them?
They know. To feel like you're gonna play one day and then you just don't play, you can't even look me in my face and tell me. That's disrespectful.
All right, so clearly Chris Haynes, Cleveland's going through something here, right? We're still waiting to find out what's going on with Larry Drew, who doesn't want to be called the interim coach, wants a contract. Is there a market for a guy like J.R. Smith right now who's got money this year and next year coming to him?
Very minimal. Market nonetheless. You look at, he's a guy whose defense I think has improved over the last 3 years, especially playing with LeBron James. So you can consider him a 3D player, but there is a small market. He's owed $14 million this season, and then next season only $4 million is guaranteed. So I can see a team taking a chance and trying to see if he can just get them to that next level, or maybe get them over the hump, whatever hump that is for a respective team. So I think there is a small market, and I do not see at all J.R. Smith sticking with this team for the whole season. And I was also told that there will not be a buyout scenario in play. So this will have to be strictly a trade. And I think that'd probably be best for both parties.
And it doesn't look like he's going to get fined for those comments, right? Because he was just simply answering the question, right?
Yeah, he was answering the question. He didn't come out and say, I demand a trade. They asked, does he hope to get traded? He's like, yes. That's fine.
Sure. Yeah, I'm with you there on that one. Now, obviously, Derrick Rose's big night had a lot to do with us overlooking the Warriors, because it's becoming kind of commonplace at this point. But do we need to start paying attention not only to that fly that's in your room, by the way, and
you see it too?
Maybe Shaq put that in your room. It's unbelievable.
I'm trying to be professional here.
I know. Yeah. Well, you're doing a real good job. It was distracting me. Steph Curry, he just does it every single night, Chris. Is it possible that these guys are even better now than they have been?
I think so. I followed that team last year from day to day, and they just didn't play with any joy. The game wasn't fun. They got kind of tired of winning, if that's even a real problem. But, they're playing with extreme joy coming out here. I think they understand the magnitude of this season. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of uncertainty when you think about after this year. When you talk about Kevin Durant's situation, Klay Thompson's situation, and Draymond Green as well. So I think they're just going to try to enjoy this experience this year together and see what happens, and try to see if they can get a three-peat done. But no, they're definitely not struggling. I'm the one struggling with this fly back here.
Well, you got a fly. I got a 7-foot beast throwing basketballs at my head while I'm trying to do TV. That was maybe the most eventful 10 minutes of television we've ever done on 10 Before 10. I'm glad it was shared with you, Chris.
No, that's all good. And Shaq got that wine-colored suit, like a big ass wine glass over there, man.
We'll clip that off, and we'll be replaying that at 7 o'clock when Shaq joins me on Game Time. Chris will be back with us a little later on. We'll also take you out and get you set for the Nuggets and Cavaliers coming off of a big game winner by Paul Millsap last night. We'll talk to Chris Dempsey about Jokic and his MVP consideration.